new brand partner onboarding sequence. And this training is so important. And I'll share a story. I was just out in Australia, and it's just so cool how we have a business where you can travel the world, have family everywhere. So I was out there, and Australia, New Zealand, hot market. Who here would love to go there, by the way? If you haven't been there yet. Like, it's so cool. It's like, I would describe many of the cities in Australia to be better versions of the United States equivalent. So we were out in the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast is like kind of a better Hawaii, in my opinion. I said it. So if you love Hawaii, don't hate me, but it's really nice. So we're out there, and they had their Connect event, which was spectacular. The Direct Selling Association CEO was there. Katie Holt Larson, our president, was there. Our chief impact officer, Lucy West, our vice president, like, and so many amazing of our partners, leaders, and everything. But specifically, I had the chance to hang out with Dr. Crystal Vance. You know, Dr. Crystal Vance, she's a CEO in Partner Co. We've all made money off of her, whether we know it or not. She's the the face of Slenderize, essentially, these days. And she was launching a new team in Australia, and she's huge on systems. And she was so bold to say, and she was going over stats, and it reminded me of what's really powerful about her system. And what she says is this all the time, is that this is a business that if you just go through our 7-day social media launch, you will make money. All right. Who here, by the way, has gone through your 7 days and you've made some type of money at some point? You've made some sales, right? Yeah. Like, it works, right? Whether it's one customer or 10 or 100, it works. And that is the power of what we have, because it made me realize that we have so many amazing things in our business. We have a 6-figure blueprint that we talk about. We can win 5-star vacations. We have a Punta Cana trip that's going on right now, which, by the way, Mike Vu, you got to come opt in with us, man. We need Mike in this Punta Cana trip with us. Who here agrees that Mike Vu needs to come with us to Punta Cana? If you haven't hung out with Mike, he's the most hilarious dude ever. So like, it's so fun. So definitely opt in and have fun with that. So Sonny, help him find that link and everything. So, but it made me realize, I'm like, wow, we have a powerful launch. And what it does is it puts money in your pocket, gets customers to come to you. And no joke, it's what people are looking for. And I started to trial this out because she was launching her team. She enrolled some major leaders out in Australia. They were, 7-figure earners, and they're literally bringing this system all over the world. And remember, what we have here is a system. And this system, if you understand the power of it, can really help you to duplicate something amazing. Becky just dropped the form for Punta Cana in chat, Mike. So definitely join us on that. But this system, if you really think about it, you can I never make a promise of 100%. Just like with the drops, you don't promise that it's 100% result. But I will say, I don't know of somebody, maybe there are, but I'm just not aware of somebody that has gone actually through a 7-day launch. They're making their post every single day. They're following what's called the engagement sandwich. They're connecting, and they're driving with the scripts and everything, which we'll go through in a bit. I don't know of somebody that has followed that has not actually made money. And I want you to think about this. How many people in the world would love it if they had a business they could run from anywhere, where they can just make money in a week, and it's not like some crazy thing? Here's some other things that I've realized as well too. What do people not want? People want to make money, but they don't want to feel awkward, right? Who here doesn't want to be that friend at the dinner party that everyone's scared to talk to because they feel like you're just going to try to sell them something? Who here has ever been around that friend before? Or maybe you've been that friend. I've been that friend, by the way. So like, these are things that people don't want. They also don't want to feel like they're spamming people. They don't want to feel like they're selling people. They want people to come to them and then be able to do something they feel ethically, morally, legitimately aligned with and impactful with, and then be able to make a healthy profit on, and to know that they can actually hand it off to someone else as well too. And it got me to really start to just remind myself of the beauty and the genius of how how much of a system that we have. And it's in that simplicity that so much power actually comes as well too. So that's why this training for me is one of the most important trainings in the world, because number one, we always want to get sharper ourselves. But number two, the success in your business always comes to your newest people launching through the system and then celebrating their success and celebrating their results and then duplicating through that as well too. If that makes sense, give me a wave or put a yes in the comments below. It just really it's the simplicity of it. And not about you, but I struggle with making things very complex. I'm very good at doing that. But I just have to remind myself, stick to the simplicity of everything. All right. So let me run through this. And then I want to bring up Sunny Yang, because Sunny Yang's our newest senior supervisor now. Congrats, man. Doing a lot of amazing things right around the corner from manager. But when it comes to launching somebody, yeah, it's always about getting the newest person paid. We now have put this all together in a really simple done for you box. So we have our wellness360.community/links page. And as you go on to this, you have one of two ways. You can have a onboarded step-by-step process. We're constantly tuning this. We just tuned this last week. So if you click on the onboarding now, this will bring you to what's called our Alice onboarding. I was just chatting with Tiff Ryman. She's one of the co-creators of this. So thankful. And this will lead you straight to the most important thing, which is launching your business. And the launch of our business is making your pinned Facebook post onto your Facebook. Like that is the launch, right? If you can start getting people to do that, life is really, really good. And we want to shout that from the rooftops. Today, I saw people launching and even relaunching in our Telegram support channel. So always an amazing thing to see. So this is one thing that will help you both to be able to onboard your newest people, but also it's helpful for you to go through as well too, because if you ever feel like you're missing a detail, you can just go through this again and you can find some really cool things. This will lead you through things like smart links, setting up your subscription. Most importantly, how to actually set up your boards app, which has our done for you system for you, and then get into that and everything. All right. And this will just walk you through all of the essentials. But step number 5 is the most important one, because this is when you download our boards. This is when you actually are able to get the marketing material that's on there. And then you're able to actually post from that and then make your first color block post. All right. So boards is like incredible. This is a big thing, guys. Who here has ever been scared to know, what do I post or what do I say when people are interested? Or maybe you're the type that you talk too much, or maybe you're the one that doesn't talk at all. Boards makes it so that you can hand off something that works at every single person. You have a consistent result every single time. All right. And as you're going through this, there's many different folders that you can choose, but the most important one to get familiarized with first is the how to sell whatever drops that we're doing. So we lead with the drops because that has just been tested and proven to stop the scroll. And from that, you get one customer that turns into partner, that turns into 10 products, 20 products. If I ask Pam Middleton, Pam, how many products do you think you use on a monthly basis from Partner Co? Any guesses? She's on mute. Pam Middleton, what do you think? She's thinking. She's counting. I know. I can't hear you though if you're saying something. But yeah. But I think she probably uses like 15, 20, something like that. She uses quite a bit. All right. So you can do that and you're going to post. In our 7-day launch folder, then you have these pinned posts. And find one that resonates with you and your people. Okay. You want to make sure that these color block posts, you stick as closely to them as possible, but not all of them are going to be the most relevant to your story. For example, for me, let's see. I think there's one that talks about hormones, and that's not really my struggle, for example, right? So if you're looking for weight loss, find one that's for weight loss. If you're looking for one that's stress related and you're going through stress, you want to find something like that, right? So find one that makes sense. And especially when you're launching your newest people, this post is so important. This is the one. The success of your business relies on your newest person launching. So I would be looking, did they actually make their post? Did they do it right? even more important, before they posted, you want to also engage on your Facebook. You want to start to tune your Facebook algorithm. Remember, if you want your post to be seen by more people, you want to make sure you're engaging with other people intentionally so that Facebook rewards the sociability that you have. So when you like 10 of your friends' feed posts and comment, and then you like 10 of your friends' stories and comment, it'll all of a sudden start pushing out your content in front of other people as well too. All right. So also, we have a new video that we've added here. In fact, I'll play this because it's so helpful to have. Cindy and Lindsay, they created a lot of this system. So if you go into this, you have your day one, so you went through that. But let's watch this video together, and you can see it's a really good training that'll give you the philosophy of how this all works. All right, so let me click on this and let's check this out.
Hello, and welcome.
I'm going to go to YouTube here.
Welcome back. Right here, you are going to see exactly what to do on your first day on social media. And we are so excited, so honored to be the ones sitting with you right now today as you take this leap in courage. We understand that it's a little scary and you might feel a little nervous, but you're also feeling really brave and courageous. And that's why you're here and that's why you're watching. I'm gonna bring on my business partner, Miss Lindsay Yoakum, to help me bring. Let's hope technology is with us today, not against us. All right. Hello. Hello. All right, so let's jump right into it, Lindsay, okay? Day one on social media. Let's talk about what this looks like. You might be a little nervous, but we hope that by the end of this video, you're like, okay, I can do this. I can do this, because you can do this, okay? Put I can do this in the comments. And if you've done this before in the past, I want you to tell all the new people that you've done this and that it did work for you, okay? So the very first thing you're going to do before you make any posts to social media is you are going to download our organization's boards app link, okay? This is going to be crucial in your business for so many reasons, okay? Put boards in the comments, okay? Let's talk about it for a second. In this boards app, you're going to find several different resources that are going to help you when somebody asks for more information. What do you say? If you're anything like me, when I first started in network marketing, I was more afraid of nobody asking me for more information. I was more afraid of when somebody would ask me because I didn't know what to say. So we're here to save you from that, okay? There's response scripts. Somebody says they want more information. It is outlined 1 through 15, okay? Exactly what to say and when to say it, okay? The other thing that you're going to find in there is what we call onboarding scripts. Our system is so effective and so efficient that it is very likely that you are going to bring in a brand partner very quickly. Okay, and we want them to be able to learn alongside you. So there's also onboarding scripts that you're going to find in there. When somebody signs up, here's what you say. Here's what you say next. Here's what you say next. It's all laid out for you. So take the time to download that. There's a couple of how-to videos inside of the Boards app. You're going to need to download it on your device and then click this link and it will give you all of our team's resources as well as the links to the machine, Lindsay, right? That link that we talked about in the welcome video that is going to help you get the information to anybody who asks you for more information. So do that first, but Lindsay, after they download the Boards app, what are they going to do next?
You guys are going to do something that is honestly our favorite thing to do, and we call this the engagement sandwich. Drop engagement sandwich in the comments. I know so many of you are excited about this because this is actually, it is the game changer when it comes to building a business on social media. It really is. Have you ever put a post out there and it just kind of gets crickets and you're like, nobody's responding, right? Me. And that happens. And it may happen your first post here. That's normal too, but it won't happen for long. And the reason why is because we have a strategy called the engagement sandwich. I'm going to give you the full picture of the engagement sandwich here, and then we're going to break it down. Okay. So what the engagement sandwich is you're actually going to comment and engage on the Facebook newsfeed with your friends. We're going to give you a specific amount that you're going to comment with, right? Or comment on different posts that they make. And then you're going to actually make your launch post, excuse me, make your launch post here with your business. And then after you make your launch post, you're going to engage with people again, comment on their stuff again. What this does, this engagement sandwich, is we are actually helping you train your Facebook algorithm to get eyeballs on your post, to get people to see and react to the post you're about to make. It's really, really important. This strategy has worked. How many of you, put it in the comments, has this strategy massively worked for you, right? Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, number one, you're going to go onto your newsfeed, onto your friends list, right? The people that you are friends with right here on Facebook. And you are going to start putting genuine comments on anything they've posted. Maybe, right, it's summertime right now. Maybe you have a friend that is on vacation with their family. They put up a beautiful picture. They want you to engage with it, right? So social platform, we need to be social. You're going to go onto that post of theirs and you're going to comment. You're going to say something very genuine like, oh my gosh, such a beautiful family. Where are you guys? Little tip, if you ask a question, they will talk back to you. Again, this tells the algorithm that you guys are social, that you guys interact with one another. You're going to do that with 10 people, 10 of your friends, okay? Then you're going to do the same thing in the stories. So the stories come across the top of your feed, right? You're going to go to those stories of your friends, 10 stories, and you're going to comment on it. It could be something just as simple as, you know, oh my gosh, I love this. Or maybe it's a little more detailed. You are asking a question, but what this does is in the stories, it's actually going to drive to Messenger, all right, to your friend's Messenger, where you guys can really, really have some interaction, some good, authentic conversation. You guys, this is key to the success of the next thing that you are about to do, all right? It's really, really crucial that you comment on 10 people's posts, comment and like. I prefer the love. The love gives you a little more, right? When you hit that love button, and then 10 stories of your friends that you are going to go shine your light, be authentic, love on your people. And then what are they going to do next, Cindy?
Yeah, so after you prime that pump, right, you're
Yes.
revving up the algorithm. You're showing Facebook that you're there to party, right? Say, I'm here to party. It's showing them that you are engaging, that people are engaging back, so that when you do this next step of making a post, it's going to push it out to all of the people you just engaged with. So you want to be super intentional about who you're engaging with. Who do you want to see this post? Who do you think would be interested in this product? Who would you want to bring in as a business partner, right? So be super intentional about who you're choosing to engage with, because the likelihood of them seeing what you're about to do is going to be so much higher than if you hadn't taken that time to go and engage. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do after you've engaged with 10 people in the feed and 10 people in the stories is that you're going to go to that boards app that I talked about when we first jumped on. And in the pinned post folder, you're going to find a series of options to choose from. But before I talk about what those options are, I'm going to first say this, okay? You are not going to screenshot and post as a graphic, okay? Put heard in the comments. Say, I will not screenshot it. I will not share this as a picture, okay? And there's a very, very particular reason why, okay? It is that when you type things out, okay, and you start fresh and you're typing it into your keyboard, into what we call a color block, okay? Put color block in the comments. Color block is when you choose like a color, and it can be your color, your favorite color, okay? This is where you get to be creative. A color block with those big words, right? When you type the words into Facebook, it recognizes the words that you're typing, okay? And it's able to catalog it and push it out into the algorithm on social media that it needs to go. Okay, so it's super important that you type this out. And Facebook honestly also prioritizes the color block posts over a shared screenshot or graphic. Okay, so there's lots of reasons why you're going to type this out. So let's talk about the pinned posts that you're going to find. Okay, like what I said before, is that Partner Co has a lot of different products, a lot of incredible products. But what we have found is that the people who lead with the body balancing skinny drops are the ones who see the most success, the most traction by a lot. Okay, so this entire training is centered around launching with the drops. Now, you are free to launch with whatever you want, okay? But we teach to launch and to be face forward with the drops. And in these posts that you're going to see in the Boards app, there's a very, very specific formula that we have used to develop these launch posts that you're going to find. So we highly recommend that you take a deep breath and you commit to being super, super coachable right now. Okay, say, I am so coachable, Cindy and Lindsay. Okay, and you're going to pick which one you want to lead with, type it in, and then you're going to hit post. Okay, and after you hit post, this part is super important. Okay, you are going to pin it to the top of your newsfeed. Let me talk about how to pin it. You're going to click on the top right-hand 3 dots to the post, and then you are going to click Pin Post. What that does is that no matter what you post after that, tomorrow, the next day, whenever, that pinned post stays at the very top of your feed. And there is a very, very important reason why. Okay, so you're going to leave that there until told otherwise or whatever. Okay, Lindsay and I still have our original pinned posts on our wall when we launched on January 10th. Okay, and there's a very big reason why. Is there anything you want to add to that, Lindsay, or do you want to go into what they're going to do next?
I think that was perfect. Yeah, I'm going to go into what you guys are going to do next. You have your launch post up. Congratulations. It's super exciting, right? When we launched our first post, we were like, oh, take a deep breath. Okay, post, right? So really excited that you guys are putting this post up today. Then right after you do it, okay? This is really important. All of these steps are important, but this is, I would say, the most important part of the engagement sandwich. Cindy said, it's like being at a party. Would you go to your best friend's party and have all of your friends there and just leave and walk out and say nothing to anybody? No, you've got to say goodbye to everybody. You've got to love on people and say, I'll see you again. You're going to exit the party. How you do that is you're going to close up the engagement sandwich by engaging again with 10 people, okay? This is really important. You're going to go into your news feed, 10 new people, like Cindy said, very intentional. Who are the people that you want to see this post? Who are your dream? You're like, this is somebody that I know will love this product. This is somebody that I know I want to do this business with, right? Go find those people on your newsfeed and engage with them. If they don't have a post up or a story up, go ask them how they're doing. Go into their messenger. How are you, Cindy? It's so like, I haven't seen you in forever. What's new in life? Engage. Just be a friend, right? Be a light to people. You're going to go do that with 10 people right now after your post. You're also going to go into your stories. 10 people. It drives to their messenger. Our goal here is to tell the Facebook gods, tell the Facebook algorithm that you want to socialize with these people, that you want them to see what you are doing, that you want them to say, what is this, right? That is the whole point. And just so you know, a little tip, Facebook only shows about maybe 15 to 20 people what you're actually doing. So you have to, like Cindy said, prime this pump. You got to work this a little bit so that eyeballs go to your launch post. All right. This closing up of the engagement sandwich, reaching out to 10 more people in the newsfeed and 10 people in your stories is going to bring you massive success as we continue to share with you what you're going to do after this in the coming days. But today, that's it. That's it.
That's it for launching. Okay, that's exactly how Lindsay and I launched, and so many other people have launched as well. And there's a couple of things I want to add too. Okay, so when somebody asks you for more information or what is this, again, it comes back to really leaning on the boards app. Those response scripts are absolute gold. There is a lot of sales psychology that went into creating those. Lindsay and I use those in every sales conversation that we have. Okay, so lean on those. All of the machine links are already in the response scripts and you can just roll through it. Okay, so let's say somebody comments more info. You're going to tell them in the comments, awesome, I'll send it over. Take it over to private messenger and just use those response scripts that you find in the boards. The other thing I want to say is that if you have not been on Facebook for a while and you have not been, intentionally training the Facebook algorithm, it is completely normal to not get much traction at all. Your first day, your second day, it might take a week, okay? It might be normal for you to get a lot of engagement. It's normal to get a little bit of engagement. It all depends on how active you are on social media. But here's what I can say is that no matter what the outcome is of this first launch post, continue on with the training. We're here to help you grow your social media presence, to continue to train this algorithm, that if you stick with it, because we've worked with people who started with very, very little visibility on social media. If you stick with it, it will eventually pop off. So trust the process. Say, I trust the process in the comments. Trust the system. It has worked for so many other people and it will work for you. Okay, we're so excited for you to get your first launch post up, and we will see you on day 2 in the training for what to do tomorrow. Here's a little hint. It looks a little different than today. Bye-bye.
Man, how good. How about you? I've seen that multiple times, but I'm like, I need to watch it again and again. Did anyone else need those reminders? It's all those little details, right? That's important because if you're new, you're like, I need that. If you've launched already, we need to remind ourselves of those little nuances as well too. And just reminds me of the power of what we have. Like seriously, when I look at that, I'm like, guys, I hope you realize what you have on your hands. This is literally tens of thousands of dollars of system work put together right in your hands that you can just plug and play and you can duplicate with. Like I'm just filled with gratitude right now. But talking about trust in the process, I wanted to bring up Sunny Yang here because Sunny, when he launched his business, you heard what Cindy said right there. is that it depends on your Facebook, right? Like if you've been consistent and you've been engaging, then we have a certain engagement on our algorithms. But Sunny, your launch, it wasn't like crazy, like, fireworks and everything, was it? So how was your launch actually?
Uh, this was the opposite. I didn't get any attraction at all, but I was very stubborn too. So I didn't really follow the 7 day launch per se, but it took me for the longest time. You know what? I guess I'll give a shot and give this system a shot. So when I got back on it, a lot of people had seen me post, and then I started to get a little bit more interest now. But they didn't really directly message me. It's like when I see them in person,
Mm.
then they started to talk to me about the products or whatever I'm doing,
So to get it clear, you got on board, you posted, you launched, but you didn't really carry through. You were kind of like not exactly on it entirely. And then you decided to go and take it seriously. Like, I'm just going to follow it to the T. And in that 7 days, as you post, because every day there's a drops post, every day we talk about making your personal post, engagement sandwich, all of that. Even from the 7 days, if you don't mind asking, if you remember in that 7 days, did you get any sales in that 7 days from your posts?
No.
Okay, but for you, it was because you then showed up and you're just talking, you're living life. People had seen your stuff, and then they were like, "Hey, what are those drops?" Kind of like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And for you, if you don't mind me asking, after you did the 7 day launch and you were diligent with it, you were living life, how long do you think it was for you when you actually got your first sale?
I did this calculation because at the beginning I was being stubborn, like I said. I didn't want to
After you did the 7 days.
Yeah. So it took like about maybe didn't count about 6 months to get my first.
After you did your 7 days, when did you do
Yeah.
your 7 day launch?
After I did this 7 days, and then 6 months after that, that's when I got my first sell.
Ah, okay. So you did your launch when? When was that? Like
That was
back
back
in
in April 20th.
April 20th. Wait. So it's not 6 months, 6 weeks.
Uh-huh.
6 weeks, right? That's what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. You said 6 months. I'm like,
Oh,
wait,
well,
I'm trying to do the math. No worries. Okay. All right. No worries. So
I
6 weeks.
could,
All right.
yeah.
So this is really big
Mhm.
because not everybody is going to have that one post or 7 posts and it just goes crazy, but it took you some time. So what did you do? What did you notice in those 6 weeks? Like, what were some of the key things that then started to help you to change things where you then started to get some results?
I guess it's just like I guess I was doing the IPA a lot,
Mm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then I couldn't do all the IPA, but I was doing some of the IPA to the
Mm.
best of my ability.
Mm-hmm.
And when I kept on repeating the IPA and then just randomly talking to people, catching up, and that shows more of my activities, more exposed to other people now. So that got like more curious. And then of
Mm.
course, always that, the chicken list, right?
Yeah. So you
So
did what's called the IPA. So income producing activity. That's what IPA is. We have a Monday through Friday coaching call. I'd highly recommend everyone make it live. We also put them on replay too. But on that, we have this tracker that we talk about. So if you notice in this tracker, we have a 7 day launch tracker. So this is when you get your stuff off the ground. But then from there, it's daily, there's things to do. So you started to network, you started to connect, you started to converse, and you started to get more confident. And then you
mhm.
got your first one. But really, what happens in this business is that every single one of us needs to prime the pump for a different amount of time. Right? There's that saying, prime the pump. Some of us, I'm looking at a Pam Middleton. I remember when she started posting, she had all types of buzz and everything because for years, she was the type that would like other people's posts and comment on them. So when she made a post, it was like, boom, like it went crazy when she first started posting on social media. Sunny, you were not as much on social media. You were on, you posted here and there, but you weren't intentional with it. But you started to do the IPAs. You started to then build up that algorithm. You got your first sale. Now, question, did it take you another 6 weeks to get your next sale or enrollment after that first customer, or was it shorter?
It was shorter.
Okay. Like how much time after that, after the
It was
first sale?
like a week after.
A week after.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, how many customers and how many brand partners do you think you've personally enrolled now?
Customers, around 5 customers. Actually, wait, no, I take it back. I forgot about the Advantage. Advantage, six Advantage customers and four, no, five drops customers
Wow. And how many brand partners?
and 3 brand partners.
3 brand partners. Okay. So since that first sale versus all of this so far, how long has that time period been?
To be honest, I don't really know because when that all happens, I haven't been keeping track of like what's going on. Everything just like goes by really quick. So
It
the time,
does. It's probably been around, I'm going to guess 6 weeks, like
yeah,
around there.
yeah.
So think about this, guys. If you feel for whatever reason you're going slow, is it worth it to go? Sunday did 6 weeks, and think about it, right? This, you can literally take a dead algorithm and completely reboost it in just 6 weeks. Like you can't even get through a semester of school in 6 weeks. Like 6 weeks, dramas don't even end in 6 weeks, right? So you did 6 weeks. And then after that, in the next 6 weeks, you got, it sounds like, oh my gosh, 9 customers and 3 brand partners. It sounds like around that.
Yeah.
12 personal enrollments. You heard you are now senior supervisor. You hit 4 promotions.
Mhm.
And last week, this is a brand partner training. I mean, you made a pretty cool paycheck. Like, how much did you make that week?
That was like a ballpark, yeah, like around 400 to 500.
Guys, who here will love an extra $500 this week? Like, that is not too shabby at all. So, Sonny, huge congratulations. You're just a testament to just following the system to a T after, we figure things out. You're like, all right, I'll just go do it. But also to persist. And that's what I'm so encouraged by. I'm so inspired by you, because we all start from different places. But from now on, Sonny, like what you're experiencing now, it will never be the same as it was before, because you did the work that most people are not willing to do to change things up. So huge congrats. Your team's growing. Things are going on. Any last reflection or tip for us as well too?
You know what? For like, I was just kind of reflecting this like day by day and being grateful too. I really dug deep into like my goals and my whys. And then for whatever reasons that you are afraid to like just to talk to those people, you really think about your whys and goals first, because that's like a really powerful cushions to like fall back on. Because if you think about those, then that's going to give you like a lot of protective shield, whatever questions or objections they throw at you, and then you'll have no reasons but to keep on going forward, because those strong, powerful why will back you up no matter what they say to you. So if you think you're gonna burn bridges by talking to that person because they say no to you, it's not, you're not burning bridges with them. They're just saying no because they're not either interested in the product or the company, but at least you shared it to them and you're not forcing them to like, oh, you gotta buy this product now. Oh, you gotta join this company with me now. So that's what I've been thinking with this mindset when I go talk to people.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm used to be afraid of like burning bridges too. Because back in the days, I was, of course, not talking to them like this too, but after going through all this back in the days, I'm like, no, I don't want to burn bridges anymore. So a lot of people are talking about or thinking about they're gonna burn bridges with their friends by selling these stuff to them or something like that. So if you change your mindset, then that's gonna help you more.
There we go. Put in the chat, everyone. Serve. Like that is the key word there. And I think you hit it right on the spot, Sonny. All of us feel that way. None of us want to burn bridges, or none of us want to be judged. None of us want to feel that. But if you just flip the switch and you just continue to love on people and serve them, then it always leads to success. And look at what's going on now, man. Just the beginning. Super proud of you. And I'm looking back on this tracker, just made the connection. Remember, our goal is to enroll 12 people. Like that gets you at least $500. That gets you moving into the compensation plan. So Sunny, you've done that already. Like that's pretty nuts, man. Like that's a lot of sales. It's really impressive. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Guys, throw tons of love for Sunny in the chat below. How awesome is that? And I love that story because I would say Sunny is more on the extreme side of what people will experience, which is less people are going to have a longer period of time, like what Sunny experienced. And actually, more people are going to be on the other side where they actually see traction. Most people in their first 7 days, they do see sales and everything. But it's so powerful because I love Sunny's story because that's the truth of life. And I'm always going to have your story in my pocket, Sunny, because that's, man, whenever I have a teammate from now on that feels like things have been going slow for them for whatever reason, I'm like, just go look at Sunny's story. You're an inspiration. Yeah, man. No, seriously, because that's how I was as well too, slow and steady. But you win the race at the end of the day. So, and that's why all of us are here as well too. So, yeah, huge congratulations. All right. So, a couple of announcements, guys. I love this training. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite ones because I always need a refresher. So, a couple of opportunities, right? If you haven't launched your business, launch your business. Or maybe you're at a place where you're like Sunny and you kind of were here and there. And you're like, no, I need to follow it to a T. If that's you, definitely make sure to do that. We have a couple of opportunities. The system works if you make it work, right? But like Sunny, many times we kind of start and then we stop. Okay. So if you need to relaunch, my challenge to you today is to relaunch. When you launch, obviously launch, we're going to help you do that. We have 2 opportunities coming up with live prospect calls too. We want to sell for you basically. Thursday evening, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, we do a weekly live drop talk. So we have Cindy Thompson, she's the director here. She's crushing it, does amazing. We also have Margin here. They're going to share some incredible stories. I'm going to be sharing a way of the drop talk that I learned from Dr. Crystal that's getting her incredible results. And here's a hint. Here's a simple way to invite. If you have people that are aware of the drops, tell them and ask them if there was a way that they could get their drops for free, would they be interested in learning more information? If there was a way to get their drops for free, would they be interested in information? Bring them onto this drop talk. We're going to talk about how to get their drops for free. All right. This will be posted into our Wellness 360 group. And then Friday, if you have anybody that is in Australia and New Zealand, I'm doing a call with Dr. Crystal Vance. It's 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be the first ever virtual drop talk of this size. It's going to be huge. Hundreds of people. Like, it's going to be nuts. So that's going to be a lot of fun there as well. And then the last call to action, I want to give a big honor and congratulations. Like, we're all, coachability is key. Our biggest IPA that there is, income producing activity, is we are bringing hundreds of us to Punta Cana. And we just want to reward you. We want to include you. We actually do a weekly mastermind on Wednesdays. When we got on this call, we asked Mike Vu, we're like, we need you at Punta Cana. And Mike Vu has officially opted in, put it in his deposit. So Mike, that's top money earner status, man. We're going to see you in Punta Cana for sure. Way to just commit, and we're going to win this together. All right. Huge congrats. So with that, any burning questions from anyone? I have like time for 1 or 2, but man, I'm like super fired up again. Like I needed this. How about you? Like I needed another refresher. I'm like, gosh, this is such a beautiful thing that we have. And if not, then we'll see you guys on the next, babe.
Hello.
Right.
I actually just, I don't have a question, but I just seeing the lines here. I wanted to clarify for everybody that on Tuesday evening, so this call that you're on, we've rebranded it to new partner onboarding, right? So this is extremely important for everybody to know what the new brand partners experience is going to be like. So whether you're brand new or you've been around or you have new partners, that you really want to help launch, right? Because let's be honest, like many of us have launched and you forgot what the process was like because, it's been a couple months, it's been a couple years, it's been a couple weeks. Like we don't remember what we did last week, right? So this is a really good reminder. So this is definitely a call you want to promote it to your brand new partners or people that you want to re-engage, because there's also partners that maybe have joined your business but didn't launch, right? Maybe they weren't engaged and they kind of like fell off the way, and then sometimes when you plug them into so many different calls, there's a lot of good information, but they're confused because there's too many things to do. So what this call does is going to teach them literally the first action that's going to generate them sales. And so what I'll highly recommend is we updated the boards a little bit in the 7-day launch system. So if you go to boards, select how to sell the drops, and then click on what to post on social media. And then in the 7-day launch folder, what James was showing, the day 1, day 2, day 3 specifically, we've added a video that Cindy and Lindsay did that explains the launch, because there's a big difference between just making a post, them doing it right, right? I don't know if about you, when you heard that video, there's so many details that I'm seeing new partners miss. Like new partners would post a color block as an image rather than using the color block feature. There's people that post without doing the engagement sandwich. There's people that post and don't comment with testimonials in their pinned post. That's day 3, by the way. So because you can literally work your pinned post for the rest of your career. Like Cindy and Lindsay, they launched last January. It's been over a year. They're still working on that post and they're still getting sales from that one post. And it's because it's all about the details. And most people miss the details, right? Because it sounds simple, but we just, we miss the details. So what I'll recommend is, since most of you on the call have probably already launched, what I recommend is going to that 7-day launch folder, and we already watched day 1. Make sure you do all of those things that Cindy and Lindsay talked about. But day 2 and day 3, there's a couple more added details. Watch those videos and make a note to yourself, right? Like when you're watching, ask yourself, am I doing this, right? And if you already are, then think to yourself, okay, who in my team? Like go to your team's posts and take a look. Like, are they doing these things, right? What I'm even doing is a lot of times, like I'm working with a teammate and then I'm going to their Facebook and then I'm realizing like, oh, I haven't actually commented and supported their post. So let me add my testimonial. All those things are going to boost the engagement for that person. So again, you can literally work your pin post every single day in your business, but there's a couple details in those videos that a lot of people probably miss. So this is a good opportunity to look at it yourself, do it, and also send it to your partners, right? So let them know like, hey, like I noticed that in your pinned post, you didn't do this, right? Check out this video, right? And always, feel free to share this recording to them or bring them to the next week's onboarding so they can even ask questions live.
There we go. So I got a challenge. Thanks, babe. Next week, make it a goal to have a new teammate to onboard. Make it a goal to have a new teammate to onboard. Who here is willing to take down that challenge? And next week, let's launch them together. You do that. If you just do that every single week, have someone new every single time, your business is going to be crazy. And we're going to have so much fun. All right. Sunny, super proud of you, man. Thank you for sharing. Everybody, thank you for being on. You are leaders. You are so appreciated and grateful for our partnership together. Other than that, if there's anything we can do to serve and support, let us know. Let's continue to crush the week. Feel free to mute yourself. Have a great one. Bye, guys.
Thank you, James. Happy birthday again.
Good job, team.